Aquarius, this week asks you to examine the relationship between speed and truth. Your card is the Knight of Swords, a figure of momentum, conviction, ideas, urgency, argument, and decisive movement. The Knight can be brilliant when the direction is clear. He can also become dangerous when certainty arrives faster than evidence. There are no verified astrological events supplied for this week, so the reading does not need an invented cosmic acceleration. The tarot is enough. The Knight of Swords speaks directly to the mind that wants to move from insight to action with almost no space in between. Your central thesis is this: speed is only an advantage when your direction has survived contact with reality. Aquarius can see patterns before other people do. You may recognize structural problems, future implications, contradictions, and possibilities very quickly. That ability can create impatience when others need more time. The Knight of Swords asks you to keep the intelligence while refining the delivery. In love, this card can bring fast conversations, strong opinions, or the temptation to solve emotion through analysis. If you are in a relationship, notice whether you are listening for understanding or listening for the flaw in the argument. A partner may be describing an experience, not presenting a thesis for debate. Your clarity can be useful, but timing matters. Sometimes the most intelligent response is not the most immediate one. Ask whether the person needs a solution, a question, a boundary, or simple acknowledgement. If you are single, the Knight of Swords may show up as rapid conclusions. You may become intensely interested because someone's mind engages yours, or quickly disinterested because one statement triggers a larger interpretation. Give people enough time to become more than a data point. Intellectual compatibility matters, but so do consistency, emotional presence, and behavior. At work, this card can be powerful. You may have an idea that needs action, a problem that requires directness, or a project that benefits from rapid execution. The challenge is sequencing. What must be verified before you move? What can be tested cheaply? Who needs context before the change is introduced? Aquarius, innovation often fails not because the idea is wrong but because the implementation outruns adoption. If other people are involved, bring them far enough into the logic that they can actually participate. This week, watch for the phrase obviously. What is obvious to you may be the result of a chain of reasoning other people have not seen. Make the chain visible when it matters. With money, the Knight of Swords warns against fast decisions driven by compelling information. A confident recommendation, urgent opportunity, or exciting idea can create pressure to act before you have checked the basics. Slow the transaction even if the idea still excites you. Verify the cost, downside, commitment, and exit. You do not need to distrust every opportunity. You need to avoid confusing urgency with importance. In health and energy, this card can show mental overdrive. Your brain may remain active long after your body is asking to stop. Watch for late-night research, excessive screen switching, constant note-taking, or the feeling that one more piece of information will let you finally relax. Sometimes the intervention is not more knowledge. It is closing the loop for the day. Wednesday is about the impulse to act. Notice one idea that feels urgent. Write it down before doing anything. Give yourself enough time to identify what is fact and what is enthusiasm. Thursday is about communication. Before sending a strong message, read it once for accuracy and once for impact. Correct information can still be poorly delivered. Friday is about evidence. Choose one belief or plan you feel certain about and ask what information would change your mind. If the answer is nothing, you may be defending identity rather than evaluating reality. Saturday is about focused execution. Pick one task where speed is genuinely useful and complete it without unnecessary multitasking. Sunday is about mental deceleration. Create a block of time where you consume no new information. Let your existing thoughts settle. Monday is about challenge. Invite one credible counterargument to an important idea. Do not choose someone merely to defeat them. Choose a perspective that could improve the decision. Tuesday is about refinement. Ask what became more precise because you slowed down at least once before acting. Your first journal prompt is, where am I treating urgency as evidence that something matters? Your second journal prompt is, which idea would become stronger if I allowed it to be challenged? Your third journal prompt is, what communication would improve if I prioritized impact as carefully as accuracy? For your weekly guidance, practice the Knight's three-gate rule. Before any decision that feels urgent, run it through 3 gates. Gate 1, what do I know? Gate 2, what am I assuming? Gate 3, what is the smallest reversible action available? Write the answers down. If the decision passes all 3 gates, act. If it does not, wait for more information. Your assignment is to use this rule at least 3 times before Tuesday night and record whether the pause changed the outcome. The Knight of Swords also asks you to notice how certainty affects your relationships. When you are convinced, your energy can become forceful even if your words are technically polite. People may feel that the conclusion has already been reached and their role is merely to catch up. Leadership through intelligence requires room for other minds. That does not mean pretending every idea is equally strong. It means allowing the process to improve the conclusion. Aquarius, one of your gifts is independence of thought. But independent thought can become isolated thought if you stop testing it. This week, seek friction that improves precision rather than friction that simply confirms your identity as the person who sees what others miss. There is also a difference between decisive and reactive. Decisive action emerges from clarity. Reactive action emerges from discomfort with waiting. The outside movement can look the same, but the quality is different. In money, work, love, and health, let reversibility become part of your strategy. When information is incomplete, choose steps that can be adjusted. A pilot is better than a declaration. A conversation is better than an assumption. A small trial is better than an irreversible commitment made to satisfy urgency. You do not need to become slow. Speed is still one of your strengths. The goal is to build a tiny amount of deliberate friction into the moments where speed could become expensive. That friction may be one question, one night's sleep, 1 second opinion, one reread, or one test. Small pauses can protect large ideas. The Knight of Swords also asks you to consider how mental speed can become emotional distance. When you move quickly to explanation, strategy, or critique, you may leave your own feelings behind. An experience happens, and before you have felt it, you are already interpreting what it means. This week, after an emotionally charged event, try naming the feeling before naming the theory. Frustrated, hurt, excited, afraid, relieved, curious. That one-word pause can prevent your intelligence from becoming a way to bypass your own humanity. There is another challenge. Not every contradiction needs immediate resolution. Two things can be true at once. You can believe in an idea and still see its flaw. You can care about someone and disagree with them. You can want change and dislike the process required to create it. Intellectual maturity often increases when you stop forcing complexity into a fast verdict. At work, this may mean letting a prototype remain imperfect long enough to reveal useful feedback. In love, it may mean letting a conversation remain open overnight. With money, it may mean researching without buying. With health, it may mean observing a pattern before redesigning your entire routine. Your mind does not lose power when it waits. It gains context. Let precision be the thing that makes your speed trustworthy. A fast mind becomes far more influential when people know you can also revise, listen, and wait for the missing piece. That pause protects the quality of what comes next. Your affirmation this week is, I move quickly when the truth is clear and pause when clarity still needs evidence. Carry that with you through August 18th. Subscribe so your next weekly reading is waiting for you. Trust the timing. The stars have spoken.